The Dogs gallops north now to County Durham and the village of Kellow, home to Ted Soppitt and his select team of Greyhounds. A small team means plenty of individual attention and a diet fit for kings.
I was brought up in this village, not too far away, love the place, and just couldn't move away. So I decided, look, we're here to stay, and built the kennels and had to work around it. There are drawbacks, but basically with the number of dogs we've got, it's perfect. Like, you know, every dog gets individual attention, and I wouldn't have it any other way now.
Good food means good greyhounds. Remember the likes of Droopys Shearer and Frisbee 40. At Soppitt's kennel, it's quality, not quantity, that's best.
That's it. Everything they eat, you can eat. Basically, the day before we race, we buy 2 chickens from Iceland. They get the chickens. We buy it all off the shelf. The beef's from the butchers. There's only the ready-made meal, the red meals or Yuba, whatever we use. We buy in, but the bread's off the shelf in the co-op and the milk's off the shelf from the co-op. Everything they eat, you could basically eat.
A range of kennels in the back garden is convenient, but understanding neighbours are essential.
We've got a great bunch of neighbours, to be quite honest. They all like the dogs. They're watching them when they're on the television, and they do get involved. That's the main topic of conversation every time you go down the street or in the boozers. It creates quite a bit of interest when you get people coming in. They'll say, oh, what's this of, you know? And, well, I do stick my chest out a little bit at times, you know, but there are occasions when you can't do that, you know, but that's nice. It's good for the village and good for the boozer.
Bowsler, using an old Bill McLaren rugby expression, when there's a Soppitt winner, they'll be partying in the streets of Kellow.
Oh, definitely. Why, not for me. Like, obviously, I'm tied up on the night. It's a Coca-Cola. But normally the next day we make up for it.
It's Farlow verdict the outside now, trying to challenge Drop Goal Jonny. The distance between them is half a length, but it's in favour of Drop Goal Jonny.
He's won 16 out of 31 open, and he's lost 3 on the rail. Sort of dog will always give a good account of himself in the top races, but probably hand on heart, he probably ain't good enough to win a classic. But I think he could win a Group 1 race this year. The next dog in with him, I think possibly has a chance this year, Droopys Byron. I think he's possibly one of the better derby type of dogs I've had. I think he's got everything. He has made mistakes, he has had problems, but he's got sheer pace. He wasn't starting, he's starting to come away from the boxes now, and I think it's only a matter of time before he hits the big time. The next one, with him, is Droopys Lampard. He's a Droopys Cool dog out of Droopys Roberta, which was the sister to Droopys Alice at Frisbee 40. And we bought him off of one trial in Ireland, and I think he's right out the top draw. His trials suggest he is, and there's no reason why in the summer months he isn't a big player this year.
Ted also has high hopes of head Lad, who's a Walthamstow entry this week. And he reports that Manchester Puppy Cup winner Droopys Okocha is on the way back after a recent setback. There's also a couple of pups coming through as well, and no doubt they'll be heading up the gallop that Ted has access to nearby.
The dogs programme has been around to many kennels, many with 60, 70 dogs, contract trainers. Have you ever hankered for the big contract, the big 40, 50 dog kennel?
No, because it would do me brains in. I've often would have liked the facilities they've got at times where I've been restricted, but I wouldn't like to make a circus of the place. I know every dog in that kennel. I know his quirks, I know him individually, I know what food he likes, what food he doesn't like. I know the dog, I know when he's wrong and I know when he's right, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Every dog knows me personally, and they're like having a pet in the house. They all get handled by me, they all get took to the track by me, and they're not just whipped round, fed, out, do the business. Them dogs are handled every day in some shape or form, and you just grow to know them. getting inside the head. And I think that's a very important part of ground racing, getting inside a dog's head, finding out what they like and what they don't like.
Since he started training, Ted has had a loyal band of owners and some quite high profile. He's grateful for their support.
I've got a hard core of good owners apart from the footballers who've been with us. Carl Roberts will be probably one of me leading owners. But the footballers, yeah, they are involved. Kieran Dyer is now involved in the kennel, along with Mark Crosley, Lee Clark, Craig Bellamy. Great bunch of lads. When I go to London, meet the Fulham lads, good bunch of lads. It just create the interest, obviously, now, and even for the village, when you get the likes of Craig Bellamy turning up in the Workman's Club on a Friday night, a side you don't see of Craig, like, unfortunately. He goes around, buys all the old men a pint of beer. Great lad, not the lad he's portrayed to be on the football pitch.
It's all looking rosy in Ted's back garden then. But what are his targets for the rest of 2005, and does he have a genuine derby prospect in his kennels?
I honestly think that Droopys Byron will turn out to be a big player in the derby this year. He's as good a dog as what we've had at this stage. Had a few problems. He wasn't breaking when he first started. He seems to have getting that together. I do think he'll be my major player in the derby.